On the brisk evening of November 9th, 1989, an extraordinary spectacle unfolded before the world's eyes: the fall of the Berlin Wall. Raised in 1961, this imposing structure had ruled the skyline of Berlin and stood as a chilling emblem of a world torn asunder by the Cold War. It was more than just a fence made of concrete and wire. It cut through the heart of a city and cut families, friends, and dreams apart. The symbol of the Iron Curtain that divided Eastern and Western Europe. In the West, the wall was a constant reminder of the oppressive government that was nearby, a physical representation of the conflict between democracy and communism. For people in the East, it was a barrier to freedom and a daily reminder that their lives were limited. The contrast between the vibrant, bustling streets of West Berlin and the grey, controlled atmosphere of East Berlin was a story of two cities, both physically and ideologically worlds apart. As time went by, more people started speaking out against this barrier. Stories of daring escapes and tragic losses piled up, each adding a layer to the wall's dark legacy. The East German government, led by the Socialist Unity Party, maintained a strict regime. But cracks were beginning to show. The spread of glasnost and perestroika, policies of openness and restructuring advocated by Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, had ignited a spark of hope across the Eastern Bloc. By the autumn of 1989, the air in Berlin was heavy. The East German government, faced with economic struggles and a populace increasingly encouraged by the reforms in the Soviet Union, faced mounting internal and external pressures. In a historic move that would shake the very foundations of their regime, they announced on that fateful November day that their citizens could now cross the once impenetrable border. As the news spread, an unstoppable tide of people from both sides of the city gathered on the wall. The atmosphere was with a mix of disbelief, hope, and a sense of historic transformation. People climbed up the wall, their silhouettes against a skyline of liberation. The sound of chisels and hammers rang out like a chorus of freedom. East and West Berliners, who had been separated for almost 3 decades, reached out across the concrete divide and held hands in moments of pure emotion. Tears of joy and relief streamed down faces as people chipped away at the barrier that had long held them apart. These scenes, broadcast around the world, became emblematic of the triumph of hope and unity over division and oppression. The fall of the wall, however, was more than just the physical dismantling of a barrier. It signified the end of a divided Berlin and was a forebearer of monumental global shifts. Within months, the once powerful communist governments across Eastern Europe crumbled, leading to the reunification of Germany and, eventually, the dissolution of the Soviet Union itself. The fall of the wall signaled the end of the Cold War's long shadow over the world. The Berlin Wall is a reminder of a city that was once divided and a reminder of how strong the human spirit can be in good and bad. It serves as a powerful memorial to the human desire for freedom and unity. A touching lesson in the fragility of oppressive regimes in the face of collective human will. The echoes of that historic night continue to resonate, a potent reminder of a past riddled with division, and a beacon of hope for a future where the walls that divide us exist only to be torn down.